Rackets are the absolute backbone of pro tennis. Without them, there's no game at all. A killer racket can transform a good player into an absolute champion, magnifying their strengths and smoothing over their weaknesses. But whether they're top tier or budget friendly, some rackets are just plain bizarre. From Frankenstein-like creations to rackets that got the boot from the sport altogether, let's dive into tennis's weirdest rackets.
Quite new and interesting. It's a homemade racket from Michael Gordon.
We start with the Frankenstein of rackets, a homemade marvel crafted by Michael Gordon, a UK-based tennis coach and racket technician known for his radical innovations. Starting with the Head TIS-6, renowned for its massive 115 square inch head and dense string pattern, Gordon didn't just modify a racket, he completely reimagined it. His vision was to take this baseline player's favorite, known for its low spin, and transform it into something even more spectacular for the pros. Gordon embarked on a series of groundbreaking modifications.
Head TSI-6 that he then started drilling more holes into.
He re-engineered the TIS-6 by drilling new holes to straighten the center mains and converted a main grommet into a cross at the top, drastically enhancing the racket's dynamics. Still not satisfied, he tweaked two similar frames to be heavier, with reduced stiffness for added whip and a denser string pattern for precision. Each frame was meticulously customized, from drilling new grommet holes to designing an optimal string layout. The final creation? A racket with a frying pan-like head and a dense string-like pattern, defying conventional specifications to offer incredible control and power.
And it's a really fun racket. It's like, looks really odd, but it plays with a lot more control than you might think.
After rigorously playtesting his Frankenstein racket, Gordon found it delivered a rock-solid performance with a huge sweet spot that forgives even off-center hits. Yet, despite its superior performance, he ponders why major brands shy away from such innovative designs, suggesting a challenge in marketing something that deviates from pro player norms. This racket, like Frankenstein's monster, stands out not only for its unique design, but as a testament to the power of innovation in bringing visionary ideas to life.
All right, so what am I talking about? Illegal racket.
Sticking to a racket with a large sweet spot, we now look to the double-faced Blackburn racket. This piece of equipment had two string beds, with said strings being placed closer to the outside of the frame. This string design was meant to be better than any tennis fitness regimen in helping with tennis elbow while giving the racket a larger sweet spot and making it more stable upon contact.
I'm going to hit a few balls with the Blackburn, and right off the bat, there's something weird about this racket.
With a whopping 369 square inch head and weighing in at about 10.65 ounces, this racket isn't just about size, it's surprisingly maneuverable with a 354 swing weight and a 16 by 20 string pattern, making spins a breeze without being too stiff. Its major downside is related to its financial costs, as since we're talking about a double-faced racket, it needs two string jobs. This problem was strengthened by the price of the racket itself, as it would almost take a sports partnership just to afford it. Yet despite the cost, the double-faced Blackburn has the green light from both ITF and USTA, so it can be used in tournaments as any normal piece of pro gear. And now check this one out, the Handler. A game-changing racket used by ATP doubles aces Brian and Dan Battistone. Created in 1992, the Handler rocks a groundbreaking grip technology perfect for players who swing with two backhands. But here's the twist. Its off-center handles crank up the challenge for serving and volleying. We've got two wild models, the Aero and the Paradox. The Aero boosts your game with a second handle, making it headlight but with a beefy swing weight. It adds 2 inches in length, pumping up your serve power by up to 20% and speeding up your reaction time. Plus, its close looped handle design shields you from those pesky vibrations. Now the Paradox takes it up a notch with extended handle curvature and offset handles, reducing the lifting effect of your strokes while amping up your serve and volley game. Wanna own one? Both models retail for just over $200. And get this, there's even a variant called the Normal, with two smaller grips for a different feel. All right, out of the rackets we've checked out so far, which are you dying to play with? Just like the Handler, the Neox line Carving Star is a game changer for the serve, all thanks to its innovative curved handle. Crafted by Paradigm Tennis, a trailblazing German company, this racket pulls off what others have only dreamed of. It melds a curved handle with the rotated head from the legendary Snauert Ergonom by the Italian powerhouse Snauert. Its diagonal string pattern increases the grip on the ball, thus allowing the player to improve their slice and their backspin. Just like the handler, the carving star's head shape increases the stroke's reach and thus protects the player's wrist, preventing tennis elbow. Now, what if there was a foldable racket? The Genro showed up as an answer to this since the racket's head comes away from its handles. The grips are fastened together with a key. It's an extremely convenient piece of equipment as it allows a player not to carry a complete racket with them, being free to use plenty of frames, each with different strings or string tensions. The Genro was used at ATP level by former world number 6 Nicolas Lapenti. There have been plenty of experiments with racket design, but the next one is surely the most daring.
It's one of the strangest inventions in tennis rackets.
Check out the McGregor Bergelin long string, rocking a killer semi-octagonal head shape. This 1980s legend boasts a straight frame that delivers unbelievable stability on the court. But that's just the start. Decked out with diagonal strings and a revolutionary string tension control system, adjustable right from the racket's butt cap, the Bergelin lawn string packs a serious punch, weighing in at 13.12 ounces with a swing weight of 358 grams. It's on the heavier side, yet it delivers powerful gameplay and spins that can dominate the court. But what's cooler? This racket doesn't just flex, it fights back with strings designed to stay rigid upon impact, giving you control like never before. And if you're itching to get your hands on one, it's still out there for about $100. Back in the day, this racket hit the pro scene with a bang, endorsed by none other than Bjorn Borg's coach, Lennart Bergelin. Though McGregor has since vanished from the scene, the legacy of the Bergelin long string lives on, influencing countless of rackets with its slick tension adjusting tech.
The most dangerous racket ever built.
And that's the amount of spin that you had.
You couldn't follow the ball.
Lastly, there's Fischer's spaghetti racket, created in 1972 by a German amateur player called Werner Fischer. It had a unique design and its vertical strings and the horizontal ones didn't intertwine. Instead, the horizontal ones were strung atop the vertical ones. The latter was attached by a thin filament that earned this racket the spaghetti name, as this plastic tubing resembled macaroni and gave it the ball more rotational energy and allowed for a more unpredictable game. Arthur Ashe was one of its main opposers and explained how this unprecedented equipment affected the game. Because the main strings of the racket are doubled over the supporting horizontal strings and tied to them, they all move with a sliding motion, giving the ball topspin of such acute velocity that you can't duplicate it, and this increased spin means you can't hit the ball very hard and know it will land inside the baseline with that spin pulling it down. It also means that a guy coming to the net against it is open to the most exaggerated lobs, which he can't possibly reach. It made its way into the spotlight in 1977 through Mike Fischbach, who played with the spaghetti racket at the US Open and made it to the third round after getting an upset win over seeded player Stan Smith. This racket was causing outrage among players. Ilie Nastase, world number 9 at the time, took this stance. That's the first time I've played against someone using one of those things. It's also the last. In the future, I shall refuse to play, he said. Ironically enough, Nastase would end up using Fischer's spaghetti racket and even won tournaments with it. The straw that broke the camel's back took place in 1977 at the Racquet d'Or tournament. Nastase played Guillermo Vilas, who was on a 46-game winning streak. The Romanian star took the first 2 sets, and Vilas gave up in the 3rd set as he told reporters. "I am completely disconcerted and discouraged by the trajectory of those balls. You understand that Nastase plus the racket, that's just too much." When Vilas walked off the court, the spaghetti racket was toast. The ITF dropped a bomb in October 1977, banning all double-strung rackets, sealing the fate of this wild invention just days later. Despite some calls for its comeback, the ITF laid down the law in July 1978, setting the first-ever racket regulations. Game over for spaghetti strings. Tennis rackets can achieve legendary status for many reasons, being tied to a top player, offering an exceptional playing experience, or just being downright bizarre. Would you give any of these rackets a shot? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you're curious about tennis gear, check out our video on the most expensive rackets out there.